times. I know. People always say that. Can't help it. It's just what it is. Michelson Laser Vision bringing you the show this hour. Dr. Mark and Dr. Jennifer and that whole team ready to help you see better with the miracle that is LASIK. It's gotten even more miraculous in the last few years. They got that Contoura system online. Just amazing what it can do. Let me try to explain it in my very pedestrian way. The laser scans your cornea and it makes a complete map in very, very molecular detail of that whole cornea shape. And then it knows exactly what needs to be corrected and improved to get your vision back. And so then when that laser goes across to do the surgery, it can take out those undulations itself much more precisely than in the old days where the doctor kind of figured those things out and did the settings themselves manually. This is more detailed and it is changing people's lives. People that got turned down for LASIK in the past, people that had scar tissue from botched situations with other technologies and practices from the past. You can go in there and actually get scar tissue fixed. Let them look at you with Contura. And some of us would just need traditional LASIK. That's what I got almost 7 years ago. And would do it again if I age into a condition where my eyes start to fade again. I'd go get it in a heartbeat. It was everything the minute I got rid of those glasses and contacts. I kind of pester my friends that are into them and tell them they should at least go and vet the situation and learn about it before you decide. Don't just squish out like I did and not do it. Find out if it's something that works for you. At Michelson Laser Vision, you'll love Dr. Mark, Dr. Jennifer, and that whole team. They're just a wonderful group of people. They're going to give you the best care, and they're easy to get to downtown UAB Highlands, MichelsonLaserVision.com. Okay. A little bit of a top of the hour reset. We'll start with this Iran situation this hour because it's the newest news. We are right now conducting strikes in some parts of Iran in retaliation to them shooting down one of our helicopters near the Strait of Hormuz today. They did so with a drone. The pilots are safe. We scooped them up with a robot boat, and now we're making what the CENTCOM is saying are proportional strikes on some of the facilities that are used to advance these drones in and around the strait. And we'll get more details on that in just a little bit. It's not necessarily an escalation back into war because we had full-on war going for about 4 or 5 weeks. But now we're in these weird on-again, off-again, crazy-ass talks with these maniacs. And I don't know where it's going. We don't know what is going to be next, but that's the newest thing. Again, they're calling them defensive retaliatory strikes against Iran this afternoon. Still waiting. AJ, we haven't seen any kind of sentencing out of the Carmelo Anthony deal, right?
No, not at the moment.
He was convicted of murder by a jury today, as pretty much expected by anybody that was paying attention. Very short deliberation. They came back. Right now, there's a sentencing phase where the same jury's hearing witnesses on his behalf and against him, I suppose, from the prosecution to determine a sentencing recommendation. We don't know if we're going to see that this afternoon. Sometimes these things do go quickly because you got all the components there in the room. The jury, the facts, the evidence, the witnesses are all gathered. So sometimes judges, especially when one goes this fast, will just go ahead and get the sentencing phase knocked out. Still no report. They're on Central Time. We're on for another 50 minutes. If we get something, we'll let you know. By the way, outside the courtroom, a bunch of loudmouths and ignorant people, but there's not been any kind of mass protest. This doesn't seem to be like one of those kind of cases, but you never know. If anything along those lines happen, we will let you know. Another international story, and then I'm going to get to the phones. Y'all can bring some other stuff to the table. The news is a little heavy today. I thought we'd go a little bit lighter, but it's been kind of serious. We've got riots breaking out in Northern Ireland tonight in Belfast. Some properties on fire, buses on fire, people, natives, so to speak, native Irish, Northern Ireland people are reacting to a Sudanese, we now find out, immigrant that tried to behead a dude in the streets with a knife. It's one of many, many incidents that are similar. They've had enough in Northern Ireland and now protest and fires and pushback and skirmishes with the Popo are breaking out in Northern Ireland. I would like to give you a quote from some of the protesters, but I can't understand a damn thing they're saying. You ever listen to somebody with a big, thick Irish accent?
Arr! No,
There's
that's
a bunch of
pirates.
there's
Never
a
mind.
bunch of good movies that are just good movies.
Mhm.
But man, it takes me about 15 minutes to dial in and be able to pick up on all the. I had to put the subtitles on.
Yeah.
They go into some Gaelic, man. I don't know what the hell they're saying. Let's see what else we got. Those are the bigger stories today. Rain pouring down in Auburn right now, just a deluge in advance of this World Cup friendly match tonight. That's at 7:30. Forecasters, I saw James Spann, for example, say that little cell, it's a big cell comparatively speaking, covers the whole area down there, but that should move out well in time for the match tonight. As for Birmingham, a lot of that moisture is pushed on off. We've got a couple of dry days. Maybe the next, what's tomorrow? Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday through Saturday. Not as much chance of rain. Whatever you got to get done outside, knock it out, because Sunday it all comes back. Could even be a little bit stormy on Sunday. So look out for that in the weather. But yeah, a friendly match tonight between Argentina and Iceland. Is Iceland any good? Anybody know?
I don't know. They keep slipping and sliding, so who knows?
They also have a weird language. You ever heard those people talk?
Oh, yeah.
They click and
remember Bjork?
go. Weren't we trying to? No, it was Greenland.
Yeah, it's Greenland.
Does Greenland have a team? There's no like 50,000 people in Greenland. Probably not. Auburn has had more people in the football stadium than live in Greenland. Brian is in Bear Creek. Let's go back to the phones. Brian, what's up, buddy?
Nothing much. Y'all was talking about the United States was bombing over there again over there. Why don't we just bomb their White House and just get rid of it?
They don't have a White House, and we already did that. The mullahs are living in the new mullahs, whoever they've dug up to try to run the thing, are living in caves and hiding out and running for cover. We bombed 3 layers of leadership right at the beginning of this thing. They don't have a real structured government right now, which is why it's hard to get one of these deals done. They've factionalized into 12 different kind of regions, and some of these regions still have weapons. And you got one guy over here at the negotiating table working with the Pakistanis to cut a deal with the United States, and then you got another group along the strait that are shooting at boats. It's chaos.
All right. Well, y'all have a good afternoon. I got to get back to work. I'm over here on welding.
What are you welding on there, Brian? What you doing this afternoon?
A trailer. We
All right.
build trailers.
Nice. How hot is that when it's weather's like this? Are you inside or outside?
A little bit of both.
Yep. All right, man. Well, good luck on that, and good to hear from you.
All right.
Brian actually doing something with his hands. AI is not going to get him. He's doing real work. Man, you got to wear all that. You got to cover, wear the big gloves, put the helmet on, do all that stuff to be welding. It is just freaking hot outside. The health officials are starting to put these air advisories out again. Whenever we get above 90 and we get this kind of humidity, they'll start putting these air indexes out. So look out for that. Remember, they'll do these coded systems, and we don't know. For a while, we had terrorism alerts that were code red, code yellow, code whatever. And then they started doing that with air quality, and I don't know. One of the funniest lines I ever heard about that was it was Bubba from Rick and Bubba. I was listening to them one morning years ago. He goes, man, I don't know whether I should cut my grass after 5 o'clock or not go outside and breathe. There's always something different. All right, 5:13 as we roll through the afternoon. Lonnie is Furniture Company next up on the show. That's John and Reggie and that whole team. Let's talk. Reggie reached out to me, sent me pics. I love it when he does that because it's like going to the store. I can see what's fresh and new. They're constantly rotating things through the showroom, and it's a massive showroom. I mean, you're talking about an acre of display area for the most part. I'm rounding off a little bit, but you won't find more selection with these quality brands anywhere other than Lonnius. They're just huge, great prices. So the new thing, what they're emphasizing and put deals on, are these giant sectional systems. Some of these have power chassis on them where you can stretch them out with a button. I mean, just sit there and kick back. Even some of the long extended ottomans have storage underneath. It's always great to have a place to throw the blankets and the pillows and stuff that you use when your whole family's getting comfortable. I mean, you could pile the whole crew up on this thing and have movie night and be just as comfortable as possible. Some people just love the beauty of it, but some people love the comfort of it. You go decide what works for you and pick the pieces that fit. Go ahead and measure everything before you go and see what's going to fit. Right now, 2 or 3 different shipments of these things on the ground in Kimberly, ready to go to your house. It's LaniusFurnitureCompany.com, Launius, LaniusFurnitureCompany.com. Man, Michael at Tapco, he and his wife brought me my Jeep last night up here to the station when I got off there. How nice are they? They've got a courtesy vehicle, so they just use that to shuttle it to me so I didn't have to go back downtown. Y'all, I took the Jeep, about to do a big road trip, and it's got to go with us. It's how I get around when we get places. And, I don't want to be out in the middle of, you get out west, man, you can get in some places where you can go 100 miles, there's no cell, nothing, no gas stations, just road, and that's a big chunk of out west, a lot of federal land. So you can't have a breakdown. And a trip like this one, man, if you lose if you lose your ride, you're just stuck in the heat without air. So I want everything checked out. So I've gone through the RV, and yesterday was Jeep day, so I took it straight to Tapco. I knew I needed an oil change, and sure enough, they found a couple things on there that could have easily gone wrong. The Jeep is towed for thousands of those miles, and so some bearings had started pitting and some seals were getting a little loose and leaking, and you don't want that on a tough, demanding trip like that on the vehicle. So even when it's not being driven, it's being pulled around. So all that had to get fixed. They knocked it out in one day. I got a great price on it. It wasn't because I'm, leading live. It was they just took care of it. And by the way, they'll throw a 10% discount on you guys. Drop my name. Tell Michael that you heard it here on the show. And if you got to have work done, ask them for that 10% off. And that can be a lot of money if it's a big project. So I feel good. It felt good to get in there last night. He and his wife brought it to me. I went downstairs and they were waiting on me. And it's nice to catch up. So I went home. I also needed brake work. We got that done. So that thing was tight. It just drove better. Got it washed today. And I'm excited. And that kind of feeling when you have a trusted service center or mechanic in your life that is shooting straight with you, giving you fair pricing, and making your life safer with your ride, that's a good feeling. And you got to do these things. If it's mechanical, it needs TLC sometimes. So I have an expert. My expert is Mike and the team, Michael and everybody down at TAPCO, TAPCO, Total Automotive Performance Company. They're on 6th Avenue, very near our friends at Iron City. Pop down there and get them to build that relationship. This is my advice, like I did. Get an oil change, do some routine work. And then, of course, when something big happens, you get a wobble in the tire, some light comes on, some noise starts up, starts to freak you out a little bit. You don't have to try to stress over it and try to guess at it yourself. Just take it to TAPCO. You're in the club, baby, and you know Michael, and he'll get you in line and get you knocked out. TAPCO, TAPCOBHAM.com. They have the best techs in town. They just do. That's what they strove to do when Michael started the place. They can handle it for you. I saw a bunch of state trooper cars down there. They do a lot of fleet work. If you got a business with multiple vehicles, you don't need to waste time trying to get that worked out yourself. And when your fleet's down, you start losing money. Keep it serviced with Michael and his team down at TAPCO. TAPCOBHAM.com. TAPCOBHAM.com. I want to talk about this reflecting pool issue in Washington and how stupid journalism has become. And this is a journalism editorialization that I'm about to do, not just American leftists who oppose Trump for everything that he does. But I can see people arguing over whether you should have a UFC fight at the White House. Now, granted, Biden had a guy with titties on the White House lawn. Y'all remember that? He had a tranny flipping his boobs out on the White House lawn, and then Clinton, had the fat interns up in the closet, and Obama had his feet on the Resolute desk. I mean, people do what they do while they're in the White House. So y'all can fuss over a UFC fight, tacky, whatever. That's a legit conversation to have. But cleaning up the reflecting pool at the National Mall, that's controversial. And so here's what Trump does. The town and the government had agreed that the reflecting pool was a mess. When you went down there near it, it started smelling like wet dog, is the way it was described, like a hot garbage kind of smell. It's because some genius in the government decided to take water out of the tidal basin, all that organic, full of stuff water out of the tidal basin, and keep it filled with the water basically out of the river. And it put a lot of biology in there, and it just started developing algae. There was trash in it because if you've ever go to Washington, you can walk right there beside it. It's a beautiful walk between the monuments. And so they were going to take years and I forget the cost. I think it was like $100 million or something to fix this thing, and they never got to it. They'd already tried before, wasted money. That thing was leaking 45,000 gallons a day. It's huge. When you walk along it, it's just huge. It's not very deep, but it's long, and it was sitting there to just keep pumping water in it. It smelled bad. It looked bad. So they fixed it. They drained it, cleaned it. Trump hired a company to do it for less. I think ultimately it only took 6 weeks, and they did it for $10 million, and it's done. That's what a developer and a builder does. You just see something dirty, you get the graffiti off of it. They cleaned up Columbus Circle, and somehow the booger eaters are mad about that too. So trying to make the town look good on the 250th anniversary, suddenly that's how dishonest. So here's what the Washington Post did. They showed an aerial of they put the the number 2026 over 1, and then they showed 2022 side by side, as if to present that you can't tell the difference, that it looks the same. It does from a drone, dumbasses. But if you go walk down there and look at the work that was done to the reflecting pool, and you know that it's not leaking water, the algae's gone, it does look nice. It would have looked nice before if they'd just done it right. It cost the taxpayers less. The project is complete. It's open for tourists as we head toward the 4th of July and all the celebrations of our country's birthday. That's just dishonest. And when I say that, I mean, this is what they get away with more than just the vulgar stories that they report about people in our government that they like or dislike. It's intellectual vulgarity in this publication. But to try to very subtly imply that it wasn't really that big of an improvement is a lie. And everybody in Washington knows it's a lie. But they can pull that off on the rest of the country because most folks aren't going to go walk by the reflecting pond. So it's just a reflection of stupid, distasteful, petty, vindictive, dumb, so-called journalism, which has been dead for a long time. But it's just better. And it's going to look better, and it's going to feel better to the people that are near it. And our country can be proud. You could, before Trump got in office this time, you could easily got your ass shot if you got too many blocks from the Capitol complex. There were drug deals going down. I've seen it. If you walk too far off C Street or you get too far off the mall, drug deals, panhandling, people pissing on stuff, graffiti, vagrancy, all the stuff that you have to deal with in our cities nowadays. So they've cleaned that up. The worst problem they got now is these unmonitored so-called teen gatherings where parents have completely given up on doing their job and they're letting their kids run wild through society. And they have riots every other weekend around the country organized on social media. That's all they're dealing with, and that's mostly over in Navy Yard. But Trump started doing the basic, just clean stuff up kind of thing. And they got a problem with that. They got a problem with all the esoteric stuff. They hate the ballroom. They hate the Kennedy Center being fixed. They hate the reflecting pond. They hate that they went and wiped the damn mud and graffiti and cigarette butts and joint blunts and everything else that were laying all around Columbus Circle. Clean that place up. Now it's gleaming. It looks like something out of a European city. Washington can be a beautiful city, but it had straight gone to hell. And all they're doing is a little cleanup, spending less money than these bureaucratic morons that wanted to do it before. And that's the thing that pisses them off the worst is that, and this also pisses the Republicans off. This is why Collins and Murkowski and Thune and McConnell and all those people hate Trump, because he actually does stuff. They get by on complaining about the problems in Washington, raising money on the conflict, and saying that they need to get reelected to go fix the problems. If they fix the problems, they wouldn't have anything to run on. Trump just goes in and sees a problem and attacks the problem. And he's proving that things can get fixed. Things don't have to cost billions. You don't have to always hire your buddy when there's a project to be done. You can do so quickly and honestly, and it's the right thing to do. That exposes them. So it exposes their hypocrisy, their duplicity, their just phoniness, and the arrogance of that town, because this knuckle-dragging billionaire, this orange-faced cad, has come in and run circles around him when it comes to basic management. Man, Alabama bass, let's talk about your own situation at home. Maybe you got a janky tub in your house with algae in it too, and it's just creepy when you go in there. We had a Alabama bass customer back after Christmas. He didn't even want a new stand-up shower system. He just wanted to replace that tub because his daughter brought the grandkids over, and she wouldn't let him take a bath in there. It was so bad. Sometimes things get old and need replacing. Let Alabama Bass come and look. You will like them. You can trust them. 4 decades as a company. They can make that tub shower system go away and put something in that's easier to get into, easier to get out of, and you'll appreciate every time you use it. So will mama or dad or whoever's losing a step in life. Y'all trust that whole team. Again, good local folks, no pressure, the best price, the best product. It's alabamabass.com, alabamabass.com. Back here in just a second. It's 5:35. Let's talk to our buddy Thomas over there at Stockton Mortgage. See what I just hung up on Thomas. I was going to say, see what shaking. Can you get Thomas back? I just flat hung up on him. Sometimes I do that. Thomas will understand. He's done this with us so many times. We check in with Thomas just about every day about this time and see what's happening in Morgantown. We haven't had him in a couple of days. I know they've been busy, but I'm going to sit here and filibuster. While I'm filibustering, I'll give you a quick update. The House has indeed passed the reconciliation bill to fund ICE. It now goes to the president. Shouldn't be any more snags. They got, I think, 3 full years of funding. Good stuff. Pound sand, Democrats, all that histrionics, and government shutdown was for nothing. I hope they go on a hiring spree and hire as many agents as possible and get some people out of here. Thomas, over at Stockton Mortgage, what's up?
Yeah. I thought you was mad at me. You hung up on me.
Man,
right?
I was trying to hit the go button and I hit the drop button.
You got so
I
excited.
dropped you.
To talk to me today. You hung up on me.
Too much
That's all right.
caffeine, man. It's
Hey, I know, jittery. I get it.
Yep.
I know how it is. Hey, man, it's with all the excitement today, I wanted to talk to you about, one of the fantastic partnerships that we have is Homes for Heroes. I know you've heard me talk about it before. And that's one of the things with, 4th of July, Memorial Day just happened, and the 4th of July coming up. And Homes for Heroes is one of the things that we partner with all of our loan officers with. And it's an organization that, funds, helps local heroes, which is firemen, police, military, teachers, and medical personnel. They help them with closing costs and just funds to purchase and or refinance homes. And we partner with them, with all of our loan officers. We help with that organization. And, man, I think we're the number 1 lender in the state the last time I looked for our particular offices. And we are so excited to partner with them, and it is such a great organization. We have many, many loans and success stories where we've helped many of their partners over the years, and we love that organization, and we love helping our local heroes, whether it be fire, police, military. Man, it is just such a great organization. I just wanted to bring that up tonight. And we have a local hero that we helped the other day as a fireman, and man, they definitely don't get they're always in the line of duty.
Yep.
And they put it on the line every day, and it is I don't want to say a thankless job, but man, they don't get the due that they deserve for sure. And we were able to help a local fireman the other day refinance their home. They came to us. They wanted to do a little bit of home remodeling, wanted to add on to redo their deck, and wanted to put a man cave down and needed a little extra money to renovate that. And they came to us, and we were able to do a refinance, pay off a few pay some debt off for them too in the meantime. So we were able to get that done for them. Happy to do it. And we were able to get a little help them with some closing costs through Homes for Heroes. And so just give us a call if there are any heroes out there that are looking to either buy or refinance. Hey, give us a call, 205-859-8859 or savewithstockton.com.
Savewithstockton.com. We appreciate you, Thomas. We'll chat with you tomorrow, my friend.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, quick update down in Auburn. They've had to delay opening the gates until 6. They're under a flash flood warning. They say that all this will move out. I guess they can get the field ready, but not the best timing in the world when you're trying to host really a world event with Argentina. Aren't they the world champions? Didn't they win the whole thing the last time? They got Messi. They got Argentina. They got all these people probably watching for this friendly match on TV and a daggum rain shower. It's going to make it humid, too, for those players.
Now, Argentina, I think, is pretty humid, though.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah. But still, it's going to be –
Iceland, on the other hand, dude, I know they're more like they're Greenland, but
they're going to be sucking wind. They're going to be sucking wind.
Yeah.
Look, I grew up in Alabama, but if I had to run from one end of that field to the other this afternoon in the humidity, I'd blow a lung. I'd be done. Clarissa, what's up in Alabaster? How you doing, Clarissa?
Hey, friend, you got to talking about the victimhood of the Dems, and I just wanted to say that that's the only way that they feel like they have a seat at the table. And having a voice is that their voices are being drowned out by relevancy, right? So Trump comes in here and he solves problems. He was hired by the American people 3 times to do a job. He's committed to filling that expectation despite all the Trump derangement syndrome and lunacy of the left. I think that the left has figured out that the only voice they have is to be victims and to scream and have meltdowns like 2-year-old toddlers that don't get their way and they don't know any better. And I think they're only going to get louder the less relevant they become because they can't stand on reason. So much so to the point that they're complaining about cleanliness of all things, and water in the fountains. I mean, that is absurd to me, but heaven forbid Americans want law and order as well. But it just helps me to view them as the underdeveloped brains that they are. And all I have to say is let's make common sense great again.
Make common sense great again. Yeah, look, the worst thing you can do to them is be successful. I mean, the worst thing you really want to piss them off, just be happy. Make things work, fix problems, and let them whine. And I don't know what they're going to do when Trump's not on the stage. They've become, for 10 years, emotionally obsessed with this man, and they got to find another villain. They'll find one, but they've invested a lot in this guy, and he's moving on.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking my call, Leland.
Thanks, Clarissa. Clarissa always with clarity tonight as we roll through. What did I just look at? I was scrolling through, making sure I was catching all the latest stuff. By the way, the Argentinian thing, that's pretty funny. AJ, I do think you're right, though. The Icelandic people are going to die. They're going, how do they breathe? I can't just breathe. They're going to need some oxygen on the sidelines. I can't imagine what they had to do to the field. A soccer field is a bigger field than a football field. Now, Jordan-Hare Stadium is much bigger than the football area itself, the sidelines. I think they had to add some grass in the corners. And I don't know what they did with the hedges. You know, they got these hedgerows along the wall down at the bottom to keep people off the field. There's really supposed to be a fence in there. There used to be a fence. And I think they put the hedgerow along there to keep people off the field. And I don't know what it looks like. I'd be interested to see what it looks like. But then we're going to have some wet Argentinians and Icelandic and some good old boys at the same time. Woo-wee. You think they'll start the War Eagle chant?
Probably so, and there's going to be a lot of Zuzuvelas out there. I wonder if they have that too.
Did they ban those from soccer? They had those back in the 90s when I saw the World Cup thing here. It was the Olympic thing at Leeds Field. That was insane. Just a plastic tube. They make more noise with that thing than a cat having sex. I'm not kidding, man. So I remember, I think if I told this story, Tina Turner played down at Auburn. She did a show down there. I didn't want to go. I didn't care. I mean, I liked Tina Turner back in the day. Probably the best, it may be the best live performance I've ever seen, though. That woman put on a show. It was insane. There's a group of my friends that lived in my building. Everybody was going, so I got a ticket, and you went. They had 2 or 3 big concerts every year back in those days that were put on by student council that had, a budget for these things. So they got Tina Turner, and she was peaking too, man. This was the 80s. This was private dancer kind of era. And so, man, she showed off. But somewhere right in the middle of her show, the Auburn students there started doing the War Eagle chant where they just kind of hold that. If you've been to a football game, you know what it is. They just go, whoa. And the whole place was doing that, and it became like a drone sound, kind of like Florida State's thing. And she just stopped what she was doing. She was about to start singing. She goes, what the hell's happening right now? I mean, it freaked her out. And nobody knew when to hit the Eagle Park because there was no cheerleader.
Right.
And then somebody kind of explained it to her, and then she tried to do it.
Oh.
It was cute.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I want to see Messi down there doing the whole, we're going to let the bird go and everything just to treat the fans to what we do at home.
And who's going to be the home team, and then who's going to be the away team?
I don't know. How do you figure that out?
I don't know.
Do they flip a coin and figure that out? Do they do that? I got so many questions. Do they do that in soccer too? They have home jerseys and away jerseys?
Yeah, I think they do.
When I see soccer jerseys, they just got these sponsor logos on them like NASCAR jerseys, and they change them like every game. Like it's kind of like the Oregon Ducks have different uniforms almost every game. I think soccer teams do that, right?
I think so. I think they got the home and then they got the away. So, and it's different levels to the soccer league as well too. 'Cause I think Manchester, I think United, whatever. I don't know if that's a team or a league, whatever. They got like the Premier League, and then you got the Sub Premier League, and then you got the ones that just play in a backyard league.
And does anybody know, is this thing on TV tonight? Because I kind of want to watch it now because it's right here in our state, man. Plus, everything on – I was scrolling around trying to find something to watch last night. Everything sucks. It just does. It's not much out there. Let's see. Okay, Hueytown Pawn, let's talk about them real quick. Tommy and that whole gang over there.
Yes, it is on TV.
Where is it?
It looks like it's on ESPN Deportes.
I don't even know what the hell that is. Do
Spanish.
I have that?
Probably.
Really, I got to watch this thing in Spanish. Toyota. You ever watch Spanish TV and you can hear the brand names, but you don't know what else they're saying?
Oh, so it's going to be on ESPN. So you got ESPN and then ESPN Deportes.
Oh, regular ESPN.
Yes, so it's on both of those.
I mean, it's going to be nonstop television. Somebody told me it was 300 hours of matches or more.
And you know, it's going to be that one person to watch every single one of them.
Well, have you seen this thing they're doing in Times Square? They put up what they call a cube, and it's basically it looks like a glass storage unit.
Mm-hmm.
And they got these two guys that won a contest, and they get to invite their friends over. But they basically set up a living room in this glass cube in the middle of Times Square. And these two guys have committed to watching all of the soccer matches.
It must be nice.
They're going to stay awake, sit there like they're in a living room, and tourists will walk by and stare at them through the glass. They're going to sit there and watch all of the World Cup. Who would want to do that? Young guys with strong bladders.
Or they don't have nothing else to do.
That don't have a girlfriend.
Nope.
Or have a girlfriend they're trying to get away from for a few minutes.
Yeah, honey, I got to go watch this game.
Yeah, I want a ticket.
Yeah.
No, you're not allowed. It's
yeah. It's just me and this other guy.
It's just really just a bro thing.
Yeah. I'll come. I'll text you throughout the but it's like 300 hours of soccer. Yeah. But you don't like soccer. Well, I like it now.
I'm a huge soccer fan. I'm for all the suckers.
Yeah.
I love sports ball.
Yeah. I love how they dribble the basketball. I mean, the soccer ball into the hoop.
Dunk it. And,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, like a clown just runs out in a bumblebee suit and
people get in a fight.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. That's hockey. Whatever. Yeah, I saw that this morning. I thought that's just kind of goofy. And they had Brian Kilmeade on Fox trying to pump it because Fox has a lot of the coverage, and he was so over the top enthusiastic. It was the phoniest thing I've ever seen him do. I like him, but it was super phony hype. You could tell almost deep down he felt sad for himself. Hueytown Pawn, let's talk. A lot of times I'll start with talking about their gun counter because that's really what brought them to the show. As they're very competitive in the form of kind of hand carry weapons or tactical weapons or any of these things. But at the same time, there's always deals because it's a pawn shop. And Tommy's like that, man. If he finds something that he knows the market demands, he'll just bring it there. And those things of late, probably about the last 2 months, have been these Lower trailers. For all I know, our caller earlier was working on one of those. They're built here in Alabama, rugged and tough, single axle, open. They got the foldable ramps. Some of them are high-sided, which means they got these 2-foot sort of mesh sides on them that can contain things like firewood and stuff that people need to haul around. I mean, I just don't know how you get around without one every now and then. There's stuff you need to do. I'm thinking of getting one because I need one a little smaller than my other one. It's too big of a beast for sometimes little small projects. So check it out. It's Hueytown Pawn in Hueytown. Here's the kicker. Not only is the price great on these, and they're Alabama built and solid and rugged and good looking, but Tommy's got financing. So if you've just been wanting to get one, you need a little help with that, he'll finance them for you, and you bring your ball and your hit, and you get ready to go, and he'll hook it up, and you'll be on your way. It's Hueytown Pawn on Brook Lane Drive in Hueytown. All right, man, we got to get on up out of here. Let me do it. We'll do a couple more things and then call it a day. It's been an eventful news day. Axiom Tax Resolution Group bringing you the show, 205tax.com. We talked about them at the very beginning of the show. It's just a wonderful operation, and Perry Cronin's the smartest guy I've ever met when it comes to dealing with the IRS and taxes and all those complications. They make it complicated on purpose. They want to keep you confused and guessing. Then they will attempt to just pressure you and threaten you. And that's just a bad place to be when your own government is doing that. Maybe you do owe money you can't pay, but Perry can help you get that worked out. Instead of running from it or hiding, you can't hide from them. And they're just going to keep threatening and seizing assets and freezing you up. Just deal with it. Sometimes when you're dealing with it and you're in negotiations, they have to stop some of these tactics. Then you can get it worked out perhaps for even less than you owe. Life gets better because here comes, I said it earlier, there's always another tax deadline. As soon as you get this worked out, they're coming after you again. So you just can't run from it. You got to deal with it. Let Perry help. Some people are halfway in between the April filing, and here we go with a 6-month deadline coming back up if you put off an extension. Get that handled and let Perry do it. He's a straight expert. So is his team. He'll meet with you in person, face to face. These are personal matters. It's none of anybody's business. He doesn't look down his nose at you. He gets it. It's easy to make these kind of mistakes with your tax bill. Axiom Tax Resolution Group, 205tax.com, 205tax.com. I saw earlier today, I don't have a whole lot of details, but this Rock the South event, which was just days away, they had to move it. All this just days before the event, they moved it to October. And I'm like, what's going on with that? Well, apparently, according to the story I just saw, it's got to do with all the rain we've had and the conditions of the site. They had to, I think they moved it up to Decatur now instead of having it around Coleman. And it's just muddy. We've had so much rain. And by the way, I was looking at a long-range forecast. We got, starting on Sunday, another wet pattern comes back in. We could see some more of this flash flooding. The ground's already saturated. The rivers are up. Things are trying to move downhill, and we got more of it on the way. Hopefully these next few days will give us a chance to dry out. I'm telling you, if you got a project, if you got something outdoors to do, you better do it between now and Saturday night because very similar to last week, rain comes back on Sunday. You've been to Rock the South, hadn't you? Or have you?
I've been to the venue area for Rock the South.
Yeah.
I have not been to Rock the South.
I hadn't either. I was thinking about going last year, but my Daisy Dukes wouldn't button. They just won't snap like they used to.
That's funny.
I
Well, I
didn't
mean,
feel
you would
as
think
cute.
that it wouldn't be no problem with all the mud because I mean, most of the videos I see with country artists is all
We
about
like
mudding.
rednecks love mud. We love mud.
Don't y'all have like an event where y'all do like mudding or whatever?
Oh
like, with
yeah,
big
over
tires?
man. There's the Redneck Olympics down in South Georgia where they jump
Yeah.
and do mud sports on purpose. There's a toilet lid toss. I mean, it's all kind of nastiness. But the thing is, what you have to understand, AJ, is these aren't real country people. Rock the South
Oh.
is for buffies and wannabes and people that just bought a pair of boots, so they can be. It's a costume party.
Gotcha.
Now, there's some regular old guys that are involved in it, but for the most part, they got to keep it. They can't keep it too real for the fans because country music nowadays is not real anyway.
Gotcha.
And why do they call it Rock the South if it's country? Shouldn't it be Country the South?
That just don't flow
No,
right.
Rock the South sounds better.
Yeah.
Look, they've done a good job with it. I think we know some of the organizers connected to us here, and I just it's not my thing. I don't want to go stand around and listen to it, but especially I don't know that I've ever been interested in many of the acts of late. But I love it that kids want to get together and do this kind of stuff. And but yeah, it's an outdoor event, and you're always just like Auburn this afternoon, dealing with actual flash flood warning right before the event. Now they got to get the field clear. They get the people inside. It's going to be hot and humid, but they'll pull it off. Fortunately, that field's designed to take that kind of flooding, and it happens a lot during the football season. But Rock the South, man, they pretty much just do that out in some regular old fields with probably just not really engineered drainage. So you can't blame them for trying to get better conditions. And usually it's drier. It's usually drier around October anyway. Michael's on a cell phone over here. What's up, Michael?
Hey, I'm from Coleman, and I
Yeah.
can give you details on why they actually moved Rock the South.
Why'd they move it?
Well, there was a big fight between the city and the promoter and owner of Rock the South.
Yeah.
And so from that, they were just like, well, we've got land already in Decatur, and we don't have to deal with you anymore. So we're going to move up to Decatur.
Yeah, I heard some back channel stuff on that. Well, now they're in Decatur and they're having to move it again to October because of the muddy weather conditions. And I guess that would be the case anywhere, right?
Right.
Well, thanks, Michael. I think one year they did have it. It was real muddy and sloppy, and people were just complaining. One year it was dusty. AJ, you had rednecks just dusted.
Mm-hmm.
They look like little gingerbread cookies everywhere. All American Metals, keep your stuff out of the dust and out of the rain and dried in with your own steel building from All American. I don't know what I'd do without mine. So glad I built that thing. Wish I'd had All American around when I did it. They were around. I just didn't know about them. I'm trying to tell you about them so you don't make all the mistakes I did. I had some fits and starts with that project, but the building's good, and you'll enjoy it even better when you get the seamless design, then the engineering of the building itself, the production of the building, the delivery of the building. They can even get you hooked up with contractors that can help you with other parts of it. They control the whole process, own their own factories, deliver it on their trucks. You'll love working with these patriotic guys. Their price is better. Their turnaround's quicker. Their construction materials are impeccable. Do it with All American Metals. You can get them online at aa-metal.com, aa-metal.com. We will see y'all tomorrow.
Stay tuned for Breaking Break coming up next. Goodbye, AJ.